We have the answer, Morrigi.
Hi everyone, this is GeoWolf from my friend Productions², and we're back to continue our Sword of the Stars. Let's play a walkthrough. Oh wow, there's the what's it called down there? The Terran capital system, Delphi. And we're back to continue, and well, actually, yes, I guess continue is the correct word. We were playing when we were playing last night. I wasn't paying attention to the amount of space being used up over here. There's like, you can't see it, but over here there's a thing on here, overlay element that tells me how long I've been recording and then how large the file size is, and I let it get to 129 gigs, and play call crashed, so I'll have to fix that footage. We'll see if I can keep track of that crap now a little better. So we are in the process of trying to save Villani, and it should be kind of interesting to do because we have some problems. Namely that we're being attacked by Leo ships that are invisible, so cloaked, so it makes it harder to deal with them, and also because our smaller fleet we brought back over from Suzal 2 got its ass whipped hard, and so that's pretty much, there's nothing here that's guarding it really, so we're kind of screwed. I think Line 2 might lose. I'll take it back later. We did, on the other hand, manage to easily throw off the attackers from over here. The human attackers, with that fleet we sent over here diverted to do that. So I'm going to repair these guys. And I'm actually going to then throw these into here. And I'm going to send these guys, well, let's see. Attack ships. Lots and lots of... So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these strike forces. I just want to break them off. That's a new fleet. Same with some of these repair and salvage. About half of them, I think. And that'll be the basis for a new fleet. Now we only have 37 ships total, and most of them are now attack ships. Some of them are refineries. Most, I'd say 60-something% are can be used for attacking, and the rest of these are more support. So we have to, kind of reinforce this group here. Oh, really? No sign there's actually might be a battle going to happen there. We'll see. Let's see. We got to Barak Core 2, and that's an uninhabitable wasteland. So let's try down here at Azar. The main problem I'm having right now is I don't have enough damn ships. That's the problem. Don't have enough ships. Don't have enough resources to build a lot of ships really quickly. So we're kind of screwed in 5 ways to Sunday here in terms of that, because we've got enemies that are attacking us with huge fleets. Some really annoying ships like stuff from the Lear, which have cloaking and are not easily dealt with. Some of our enemies have lancers, like the humans, and we need lots of ships to be able to counteract, to counter that. So blow things up pretty quickly, and so we have quite a few reasons why we're getting slightly screwed over right now. However, we're going to try and fix that by researching. What did we just finish researching first? Let's see. So I forget what we actually had going. Tunneling sensors, right? That's what I'm going to see down to here. So what I'm going to do is I want to research now drones. Drones are really the Morrigi bread and butter, if you will. They have the most drone-ish drone stuff in their tech tree usually. So let's see, what do we want to do? We want to do drone squadrons or autonomous drones. So okay, so that's more for doing traps, if you will, for colonizing and asteroid mining. This, though, is more what we want. To allow single vessels to command and maintain large fleets of drones. So this is basically a beefed up version of the drone ship.
The knowledge will not remain hidden for long.
And this will also open up some other technologies, I believe. Other thing we have to work on is the bloody plagues. That's true. The Tarka have the assimilation plague, and we have to deal with that somehow. Even though I'd want to, we don't have really the resources to start building dreadnoughts, even though we could research it, so I'm not going to bother with that. It would be nice to get antimatter up, but at the same time, again, we need to work on other things. So we do have Lancers. We can go and equip those onto our ships if we haven't already on our designs. So I think we'll do that. So researching that right now. Go to design. Cruiser. So it's mostly going to be probably not those guys, but maybe the barrage. The barrage can use Lancers. And the Blazer can use Lancers like crazy as well. So I think we'll leave the Fusion Void Carver. Yeah.
We will remember the plan of this ship, my Khan.
The Blazer can just do Lancers 10 times till Sunday, so we're also going to switch it over to being missiles in the back.
It is a most cunning design, Khan.
Do we have any new ship types to use? So we don't have a drone cruiser yet, which is what that one will unlock, the new technology we're researching right now. We do have the drone destroyer, though, which is what the first stage was. I don't believe we can upgrade this any more than it already is. We have the strongest weapons we have right now, currently on it. Though I think once we get to cruiser, we'll have some new rider types to use once we get the cruiser version out. So really, these two are really the only two we could upgrade with the Lancers. That's fine. So now what I want to do is I want to go to... so these guys are like a turnout, right? 2 turns. And I don't know if we have any here. Well, we have a bat here, so that should mean there aren't any ships currently here. I'm not entirely sure about that, though. So we're building more bats. So we'll build those. And then I'm going to build a new Blazer. And that'll get built by the time they get here. So I'll have a Blazer, some bats. Crap. But we should have a command and control. I'll take 2 turns on its own now. Okay, so we'll do it this way then.
Yes,
see how that works.
More ships will be built.
This is just an ER, right? Yeah, heavy ER. Okay. That's right, we abandoned Suzal after I got infected by the Tarka. Okay. But we could really use this some more planet colonization. In the short term, it makes it harder to build ships. In the long term, it makes it easier to, so we get more resources. However, the main problem is Morrigi 2 we can colonize. Is that you know, if we do that, how many planets do we lose while we are expanding? So I'm not sure I expanded quite fast enough. Then again, there are. I usually don't. I think I've only played games with 8 players in them, AI players, or whatever the max number is. 8, I guess, yeah. So we have a couple of times, so I'm not very used to playing with so many AI. Usually around 4 or 5 is what I normally limit it to. With these huge maps like this. For me, playing 8 AI, 7 other AI players in this huge map is like playing a smaller map with maybe 3 AI. Including myself. Yeah, just as one of the downfalls of my playing style in these kinds of games, I like to take my time. More usually than not, it ends up with me getting my arse handed to me somehow by the AI, which can make stuff much quicker due to all the cheating that the AI gets to do to try and simulate a human player. Okay, our colonizers are up here at Neb 2, so let's go ahead and colonize that.
There will be an oasis here, my god.
I'm gonna look around to see if we have any other ships that places where we can colonize. This one will be next turn? 2 turns, next turn. And this one I'm not sure what's gonna happen when we get here, because it could be a Morrigi colony by the looks of it. The other thing we could do is we could go after the weakest. So, after Icon, who is the weakest, they're ranked 7th right now. Monka is 5th position right now, 5th place right now, we're 6th. So if we go after them, we can start taking over their territory, and they're not much stronger than really we are. In terms of technology, I think. They do have more ships, though. That's the problem. Is we have to build ships to attack them with. And we have to have ships to defend against all 30,000 other AI empires in the game that we have going right now. So, Bob's just barely getting over being finishing being colonized. Same for Bizarro, we're still building up to the civilian population there. This is one of our first ones that we had. Guess we could try building some reinforcement ships or something.
Our sisters will build fine ships, Morrigi.
May have to go into debt a bit, but that's fine.
The shipwrights stand.
I'm willing to do it. Granted, it's not building things automatically, instantly, but we need to start building up ships and being a bit more loose with the treasury. We're not going to be able to build it up sufficiently to be able to do this. Build the economy sufficiently to be able to do non-debt based spending. So we have to start going into debt and being able to manage it. Alright, let's go ahead and end the turn. Alright, Delphi. So we have a heavy HR down there. So it's not too bad. 26 ships total. Durla 2, which we're exploring, is a world for the Divine Zool race. Nosai 2, definitely one of theirs. No, it's a Morrigi world. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna win there. And Villani 2. We did have ships in Villani 2 still, okay. Okay, no, our guys just got there, that's what it was. I think there were one turn probably somewhere around the other side of the planet and I couldn't see the ship coming in. But yeah, so now we have 26 ships total. And we should be able to maybe hold them off, we'll see. Okay, that's a little bit better in terms of what I was thinking of what was going to happen. Still though, when I was fighting them earlier, when the game crashed, we ended up getting beat pretty badly.
More have come to share the glory. The travelers will rise as one. Closing fleets. Cloaked vessels detected. Firing.
Not doing too bad right now, actually, to be honest. Biomissiles. Not sure what kind of plague they're going to be unleashing on us, but probably isn't going to be pretty, whatever it is. I think that's their last ship. Oh no, there's still one over here. Let's throw in a pursuit. I still have some ships somewhere? I must, because we're not ending the battle here. Still have a cloaked ship somewhere. Still, we did a lot more damage than they did to us, aside from the... Did I just say assimilation plague? I'd be really pissed off if it did. It is an assimilation plague. Damn it. Damn Delir. And the Tarka both, actually.
This wound will leave a brave scar upon your ship.
Alright. So long we have for this still to go. 2 turns to complete. Might end up losing Villani anyway. Alright, let's go ahead and colonize.
A new oasis for our people, Morrigi. As you say, Morrigi.
Okay, we just saw some colonizers. Send them Marshak
We are
too.
yours to command, Morrigi.
Let's take a look at our colonies real quick here. Income. Flip it. So, Deneb 2, we just colonized this one. So we're working on getting the cost down a bit. Looks like we just flipped it over a few turns ago. This should have a thing on it. Merak. We're still working on the... I guess we can flip it over to there for a few turns, trying to get our infrastructure amount up above 1 by dropping down the hazard rating. Switch that back over to there. Working on infrastructure there. So I don't have many plants that are drawing money away from our treasury. Okay, so what I'm going to do with these guys is I'm going to send them. Let's actually add a few more strike force in. Still gonna take 4 turns to get where they're going, jeez.
We rise as one, Morrigi.
Alright, okay, we got quite a few guys over here at Bizarro. Let me build a grab boat.
The shipwrights stand ready to build.
And we'll send those guys up to Volani 2 as backup. They'll probably still take 5 or 4 turns. But at least they'll get up there a little bit faster. What I'm going to do is, though, is I'm going to take these guys that we have here once we have a few more ships built. And we're going to send them down, mix them in with these guys that we have here, and we're going to send these guys off to try and take off some of these systems that are closer by. And try and get some of them as our own. And cut off some attack angles, attack vectors from the enemies. From the other empires to attack us with. Alright, so they're gonna go. They're making a play for Sizzle too, so I'll let them take that. Not really sure what to do about Volani 2 and this whole assimilation plague BS. I think they also redirected the fleet. That was this fleet that was coming down here. They're sending them over to Sizzle 2 now. They can safely auto this one.
System update.
We have a major problem though with the Volani going sideways from that assimilation plague though. So again, what we can do is we can abandon it, keep our ships there so that we can keep it, and then recolonize it. Which I think is probably what we'll do.
We shall leave this place and find another, my Khan.
If we let that carry out its course, it'll take that planet and give it to the empire that launched the assimilation plague. It's better to abandon it so that nobody gets it than re-inhabit it. What would really be good is for this to finish so we can work on the plagues. Yeah, that debt really did a number on my investment into the research. Nothing can do about it though. Okay, so we got our grab boats and everything ready to go. And so what we should do is we should probably send these guys to Bob too. That'd be the next logical attack point for them.
We are yours to command, Morrigi.
Those are DEs, so not gonna be too useful. They're building stuff here. Well, if we're gonna be sending these guys off to do stuff, let's just make it one fleet again. It'd be the easiest way to handle it. I was gonna making like 2 different fleets out of it, but that would take too much time. Don't have enough time to build up another fleet to fill that in, and to fill in the excess from the other one that we, the extra ships that we're taking out from that one fleet. So keep it as one fleet and go from there. Okay. Now, Volani 2, what to do about it? We need to take a planet that